rich off a sex tape. That's terrific.
Since when is secretly taping sex punishable by murder?
Since rule number 3. Jury trials are not about the law, they're about what 12 people think is right. Anita will turn that tape into rape by humiliation. You think winning this thing was tough before? The fun has just begun, kids.
You know that sex tape? It's all over school. I mean, everyone's talking about it.
You watched it?
Yeah, I mean, it was really creepy. One second they're going at it, and the next...
No, you're too young for that stuff, okay?
Oh, come on, Dad. That's like PG-13 compared to some of the porn floating around on the web.
Oh, so what? Now you know all about sex, is that it?
I know enough.
Yeah? Enough for what?
Are you asking if I'm a virgin?
No, I'm not.
Because all my friends' dads are really sphinctered out about it. And
You got your mom, you got your shrink.
knowing would totally wig you out.
Exactly. Look, I want you to promise me you will never be in a hotel room with a man unless A, you're married, B, I'm dead, or C, both.
Well, you know, there's this one really hot guy I'm dying to go out with.
Yeah, but I don't really have a need to know
Dad,
that, okay?
will you have dinner with me tonight? A makeup date for the other day.
Okay, but I gotta warn you, I'm not cheap, and I'm not easy. Mrs. Rourke, was your son Terrence prone to violence?
Wasn't in his nature.
But he did enjoy a reputation as something of a ladies' man, right?
You can ask any girl he ever went out with. Terry was a gentleman.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
First, let me extend my deepest sympathy for the loss of your son.
Thank you.
Would you describe Terrence to be a stable young man?
Absolutely.
Yet he spent 3 weeks in New Day's treatment center in 2001.
Terry had a problem with alcohol and painkillers.
Your son's records show that he was physically abusive to a nurse.
Your Honor.
May I finish my question? Did your son have an altercation with nurse Gina Hathaway on August 7th, 2001?
That was a misunderstanding.
Objection, hearsay.
Overruled. Please answer.
She took away his journal.
And Terrence was subsequently moved to a ward with exclusively male nurses.
Yes.
You missed rehab?
It was a voluntary commitment. If I'd had more time...
Anita had 1 day on this case, and she came up with it. What were you thinking?
I'm sorry. I did the best I could.
You know what? It's not your fault. It's my fault. In between writing 3 briefs, putting together my witness list, formulating my direct, I should have found time to do your job,
she
too.
apologized.
Do you
I don't
mind?
need you to defend me.
There is no defense for mediocrity.
I've been up for 32 hours. I interviewed his friends, his family, his teachers.
You want a merit badge? In jury trials, you don't get a second chance. Your incompetence has put us in a major hole.
If I'm such a major screw-up, why don't you fire me?
That's the first helpful suggestion you've had. Good luck with the rest of your career. And you were on deck.
You fired her? You don't have the authority to fire her.
Gone.
Yeah. See, this is a problem. You don't play well with others.
So there's no team and I. What do you want from me? You know what? She torpedoed my case. She got what she deserved.
Listen, let me put you out of your misery. Your team can finish this up. You go back to your $1 million retainers, your cherry-pick cases, and just forget this ever happened.
I never walk out in the middle of a movie.
Yeah, I've seen this one. You die in the end.
The hero never dies.
Not exactly hero material.
Jess, I promised Elizabeth Rourke I would clear her son's name.
Well, you're off to a flying start.
Billy, come on. He didn't mean it.
Sure he did.
That is a major league head case.
Technically, Devlin's the only one who can fire you.
She's not exactly one of my biggest fans.
For God's sake, just let her go. I'm sorry if I don't join the pity party, but Stark was right. She blew it. Rourke's friends knew he had a drug problem, and she didn't ask the right questions.
Did you repeat that? With your head so far up Stark's ass, your voice is kind of muffled.
I'm doing my job. You should give it a try.
God, Madeline, we all know that you're God's gift to litigation.
You guys really don't get it. Despite your glaring deficiencies, or rather, because of them, you're being given an incredible opportunity to prosecute every high-profile case in this city. If you'd stop whining for 2 minutes, you'd realize there's not a lawyer in this building who wouldn't trade places with you in a heartbeat.
Hello? Yeah, okay, got it. That was Stark. He wants us at his place, now.
Madeline is an obnoxious ass-kissing twit. But she's right. This is a chance of a lifetime.
Not for me.
So, did you guys take the bus here or what? I'm just curious.
Nice place.
Thank you.
You gotta be kidding me.
This place is beautiful. It looks like it's got everything.
Except a conscience.
Let me guess, regulation indoor court?
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the magic happens.
Sweet home.
The panels you're walking on covered the floor of the United States Supreme Court for 68 years.
This thing's seen better days.
Oh, it looked a lot better when Clarence Darrow sat in it during the Scopes Monkey trial. That lamp was on Ito's desk during OJ. This jury box is from the set of To Kill a Mockingbird.
You don't get enough of the courtroom during trial?
Well, not surprisingly, you missed the point entirely. Trials are won before you ever step foot in the courtroom. There are 8 cameras, real-time polling technology for mock jurors, the same voice analysis system used by the FBI at Quantico. I never make an argument in open court before it has been perfected in this room. Now, guys, we got one shot at this case. Destroy Jenny Dennison on the stand. We must convince the jury that she was this predatory little slut who lured Terrence Rourke into her hotel room, got into a lover's quarrel, and killed him in cold blood.
How can we be sure the defense will put Jenny on the stand?
Because Anita still has to prove self-defense. Jenny's the only living witness.
Slamming the victim in a sex trial can backfire, especially if the prosecutor is a guy.
That's why I'm not gonna question Jenny. You are. We're gonna put some of that patented hostility to work.
I won't attack a defendant without foundation in order to prejudice the jury.
She's right. It's an ugly tactic, and it looks desperate.
I don't know if you've noticed this yet, guys. We are desperate. Rule number 1, trial is war. And war tends to get ugly.
I'll do it. I have no problem tearing Barbie's head off.
Why does that not surprise me?
A smart defendant like Jenny is not going to lose it on the stand.
Oh, really? I'll tell you what, just for kicks and giggles, why don't you, may I, please, step into the witness box. And guys, you get in the jury box. Come on. Judge Margaret, you're sworn, charged with killing a man you just had sex with. Miss Troy, how old are you?
29.
How many men have you had sex with?
What?
Your Honor?
Witness will answer. I have no idea.
Or more than 50?
I don't know. Of course not.
30? Am I getting closer?
You may keep a running count, but I don't.
Have you ever contracted a venereal disease? Have you ever contracted a venereal disease?
Once. In college.
So you enjoy unprotected
I was
sex?
20 years
Ever
old.
engage in S&M? Bondage? Sex with another woman? Multiple partners?
None.
Is that a crucifix around your neck?
Don't go there.
Are you a practicing Christian?
Yes.
Would you say that you understand the teachings of your church?
What do you think
How do you
that-
reconcile those teachings with your wanton promiscuity?
You don't know the first thing about me. Now, you may live in a fancy mansion, but you are still a low-rent, ambulance-chasing son of a bitch.
No more questions, Your Honor. You may step down. Okay, guys, I'll be back in 2 hours, and when I return, I want to see Jennifer Dennison's entrails hanging from that chandelier, right next to Ms. Troy's. Thanks for the picture, huh?
So, what do you think
I think, about what?
about honors French?
Oh, look, it seems to me, if you want to learn French, that we should get you an apartment in Paris.
I'm talking about looking
Sorry.
good on
Sorry.
college applications.
Sorry, yeah. Good. That's much better. Use the stuff with the boyfriend is great. Yes, great. I'll be back soon. Okay. Electronic handcuffs. So, where were we? Oh,
You know what?
En France.
We should probably just go. You're really busy.
No, truly.
It's fine. I'm not mad. In fact, I couldn't think of a more appropriate way to say goodbye.
Don't say that.
Dad, I never fit into your life. Now I can finally stop trying. You know, when that lady died and you lost it, I really thought you'd changed. Turns out you just changed sides.
Now, what happened after you two had sexual relations?
He said, I just made you a star. I had no idea what he meant. Then he showed me his camera.
He filmed your lovemaking.
He must have brought the camera with him, set it up when I wasn't looking.
And what happened next?
I told Terry to give me the tape. He laughed in my face, pinned me down on the bed. I kept thinking about my parents, how much this would hurt them. That's when I spotted the knife.
And what did you do?
grabbed the knife and I swung it.
Did you call 911 right away?
Yes.
Miss Dennison, why didn't the police find the tape?
Before they came, I went to my manager's room, gave her the tape. I didn't want anyone to see it. Now it's everywhere.
No further questions.
I'm gonna start with the high school stuff and build from there.
Does the prosecution wish to cross-examine the witness? Mr. Stark, do you wish to question this witness?
We have no questions, Your Honor. I saw Jenny Dennison. I didn't see a guilty defendant. I saw a troubled young girl. I saw
Julie. But she killed somebody.
stone cold guilty, murderer. Should have torn her to shreds.
The maid let us in.
Start looking for a new maid. Okay, guys, how do you want to do this? Take turns calling me a hypocrite? What? Saying, oh, yeah, trial is war and I'm a deserter. I got it all. Come on, take your best shot. Come on, let's go.
State of Ohio versus Pavey. The same equipment used by Anita's serology expert yielded faulty results. Grounds for a successful appeal cast out on Anita's theory.
Jenny attended a program for gifted students her senior year of high school. Guy who runs it says she's a narcissist and a liar. He's happy to testify to it in court.
Broke down the timeline. There's discrepancy between Jenny's account and the room service log.
Bottles off the cheese fries, but he's on a mean cupcake bender. Juror number 6 is born again, thinks rock and roll is the devil's music, and the promiscuity angle should help us with 3 and 10.
You've worked your tails off and I let you down.
So what's the next move?
Honestly, I don't have one.
So make one up. Truth is relative, yada yada, let's go.
You blew it, but you're still the only shot we have to win this case. And that is why we're here, remember?
See that? She made that when she was 15. Imagine how her friends laughed at her when she said, oh, I'm gonna be a big star. But hey, look at her now.
Yeah, she's on trial for murder.
The point is, she knew what she wanted. She was driven by pure ambition. Nothing else mattered. And all my life, all I ever wanted to be was the best lawyer in the world. But when you lose that drive, that consuming ambition, you're done. Mine died with Dina Brock.
You're still the best.
If that were true, I would have let you rip Jenny's heart out. To be the best, you gotta be like her. Be in complete control. Never leave anything to chance. Never let yourself be vulnerable. Obsessive control. Never let yourself be the victim. Oh man, oh man. Yes, 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 yes. I want the original of that tape brought to the LAPD crime lab. I want it back in 2 hours. In the bullpen, 30 minutes. Yes. I am great, and yet I am humble.
The prosecution now wishes to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Watch and learn. Thank you. Ms. Dennison, when did you first decide you wanted to be a pop star?
I guess it was the first time I saw a Madonna video. I was 7.
Besides Madonna, what other performers do you emulate? J-Lo, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera?
Definitely.
Now, those singers incorporate an explicit sexuality into their performances, but according to publicity material from Defiance Records, your label, you are the next Norah Jones. Wholesome, spiritual, and family-friendly. Doesn't that bother you?
Defiance signed me. They decide the best way to sell my music.
But you've been planning your career since you were in grade school, and you know that sex sells. You're smart enough to know that, so why do you think they didn't listen to you?
Objection. What is the relevance of this line of inquiry?
Mr.
Miss
Stark?
Dennison. This is a video you made 4 years ago on an SD200 camcorder. It is Defense Exhibit D, previously entered. A forensic analysis confirms that this tape bears the precise electromagnetic artifacts as the videotape of you and Terrence Rourke at the Chateau Hotel. In other words, these 2 tapes were made by the exact same camera, Jenny, your camera. Would you please explain to this jury why you lied about whose camera was used to make the tape?
I didn't lie. I guess Terry used my camera.
That's not what you said. You said, he showed me his camera, he must have brought it with him. Your testimony is on record. Shall I have it read back?
A brief recess, Your Honor.
Denied.
Ms. Dennison, would you please tell this jury why you videotaped yourself and Terrence Rourke having sex at the Chateau Hotel?
It was all a big misunderstanding.
Did you tell Terrence you were videotaping your sexual encounter?
No, but
Why not?
I didn't think he'd care.
But he did care, did he not? In fact, he was horrified by what you did. What happened when Terrence Rourke realized what you were up to?
When Terry spotted the camera, he got really mad. He was scared his mom would see the tape.
Because you intended to make the tape public.
I didn't say that!
Is it humanly possible that you could have released this tape to cause a scandal that would launch your career?
No!
You didn't give the tape to the police. You took your bloody little fingers, walked down the hall, and slipped it to your manager. And now, it somehow magically, miracle of miracles, finds its way onto the internet. And now everybody's talking about it, talking about you. The week your first album is about to be released, can you look this jury in the eye and tell any single one of them that this is a cosmic accident? Now, would you kindly tell this jury what happened in that hotel room between you and Terrence Rourke?
Terry tried to grab the tape. He wrestled me onto the bed. His knee was on my chest. I should have just given it to him.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I couldn't breathe. I got scared. I was still kind of drunk. When I grabbed the knife, I just wanted to scare him to make him stop. I don't know how this all happened.
Jenny, you do, because the moment you met Terrence Rourke, you decided to videotape your sexual encounter. That part was premeditated, was it not?
Yes, but I swear to God, I never meant to hurt him. Please believe me.
I do. But your plan cost a young man's life. It cost Elizabeth Rourke her only child. There is no greater loss. No further questions, Your Honor.
Let me get a photo with the man of the hour.
Your Honor.
Madam District Attorney, por favor.
Beginner's luck.
It's called winning. Don't worry. You get used to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Manny.
I'm going to give you exactly 30 seconds to vote. Hey, you do know you just won a huge case, right?
Yeah.
You look like you just lost your best friend.
I'm about to lose a hell of a lot more than that.
As stipulated in your parents' divorce decree, having reached the age of 16, you must now designate which parent will act as custodian until your 18th birthday. Have you reached a decision?
Yes. My mother's been everything to me. My protector, my best friend. When my parents got a divorce, I thought the world was coming to an end. But she made sure it didn't. I mean, she was a mess, but she pretended like everything was okay so that I wouldn't be scared. And it wasn't always easy. I mean, it can be a real pain. But my mom taught me that it's not enough to love someone when it's easy. You gotta love them when it's hard. When they don't deserve it, when they're in trouble. That's what family does. Which is why I choose to live with my dad.
Did you know about this?
I'm as surprised as you are, probably more.
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Oh, I'm not hurt. Well, okay, I'm a little hurt. But mostly I'm scared. I mean, no offense, Sebastian, but you are incredibly self-absorbed.
No offense taken.
Well, seriously, do you have any idea what it takes to raise a teenage girl alone in Los Angeles?
No, but if this is what Julie wants,
She's 16. She wants a Porsche, a date with Prince William, and world peace. She's
Mom,
a child.
My whole life is here.
Jules. This is really what you want. I can't stop you. I just hope to God you know what you're doing.
This is the biggest case you'll ever get. Don't blow it.
Why?
You're the only father I'm ever gonna have. And if there is a God, I'm the only kid you're ever gonna have. Mom's really mad right now, but she'll get over it. If I go to New York, you and I'll exchange birthday cards and Christmas presents, but we'll wind up perfect strangers. You may prefer that, but I don't.
The last thing I would ever want.
For once, don't say anything. I've gone to the shrink long enough to know that I'll be screwed up for life if I don't get some closure on you and me. And there's another reason why I chose you. Something you probably don't understand, and maybe you never will. You need me.
When the road gets dark and you can no longer see, just let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me, and have a little faith in me.